Okay, perfect. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about selling. So dive in, take notes. If your sales are not where you want them to be, or you know that you're capable of more, this is for you tonight, and it's going to be amazing. So first thing I want to tell you when it comes to selling, there's a couple of quick tips I need to tell you, because there's some things behind selling that need to happen in order for your sales to get to where you want them to be. A lot of people think that selling is a skill. It's not a skill. It's 100% mental to start with. The skill, of course, sharpens it. The more you sell, the better you're going to be at selling. But the act of selling, that's actually just an act. So a lot of selling is mental. So there's things you need to do before the actual sale goes through, right? So the first thing I'm going to tell you tonight is to take your emotions out of selling. Now, I know this sounds kind of silly, and we all have such different pasts. But what I will tell you is that your memory of money from your childhood has a lot to do with your selling today. And I know that sounds really weird, but I'm going to share with you my memory of money. You guys know my mom. My mom was a single mom of 4 kids, so I never say this in a way. I told you it's back. I never say this in a way that I wish she did anything differently. I just say this because this is truth. And I grew up always hearing about money and how we didn't have enough and how we were going to run out, or we were just going to make it, or we had to wait until the next paycheck. And that is like a major phobia that I have. Does anybody have a weird phobia about money? Like anybody? You might have a phobia if you're afraid to look at your bank account. Even though nothing's wrong with it. I will get my biggest checks in Mary Kay, and I'm scared to look at my bank account the next day. And I don't know why that is, because I know there's plenty in there. It's just a weird trigger in my brain. Maybe you grew up with lots of money around you. That is your memory of money. You grew up with a lot, or whatever it is. And Dave Ramsey talks about this. He's a big financial guy. He talks about your memory of money. And I've read a lot of books on selling, and they talk about this because here is something that I had to get over. I had to get over myself, because what I found myself doing was in those moments at my parties, I was assuming that people didn't have money. So I was thinking oh, well, yeah, that's great, you like this foundation, but in my head, I was like, oh, this is too expensive for you. Or you're not going to want to buy this. I was telling them that in my head before the act even went through, okay? So if that's where you're finding yourself, and really evaluate this, you guys, because it took a lot for me to get over this. I had to talk to Leah about it probably 10 times. I didn't want to push people. I didn't want people to spend money if they didn't have it. And Leah said, Anna, that's not for you to, if they're going to spend money on cosmetics and skincare, they're going to spend it anyways. And so why not have them spend it with you? That's the place I needed to be. And then I also needed to get to the never assume stage, because I was assuming and I was making decisions for people. I was actually letting them, if they wanted the repair line, it's almost like they were telling me, I want the $200 skincare set. And then I was I just would talk them out of it in a weird way. I'd be well, let's start you with the foundation. And then, because I was afraid of success, I was afraid of selling a lot. I don't know what that was. It was weird. I obviously got over it because I've sold quite a good amount of Mary Kay in the past couple of years. But I had to get over that. So take your emotions out of it. What your memory of money has a lot to do with how you view other people's money. The next thing you need to get over, or stop doing, is stop feeling bad about selling. You guys, if nobody ever, if people never sold anything, we would all be sitting here naked in the dirt. Okay? Seriously. You guys, today, whether you like it or not, you were sold at least 100 times today. Already. If you scrolled through Facebook, you saw ads on your Facebook. If you were driving down the street, you saw ads on the street. If you walked through Target, they have sales everywhere. You were sold like crazy. I don't know, maybe your friend texted you and she sells Lulu Row or whatever that's called, or you were being sold today at some point. You saw this cute water bottle with fans on it, you bought it. You were at lunch and you wanted to go to McDonald's because they have 2 for $5 McNuggets or whatever right now. You are constantly being sold. And so what you have to realize is that this business that you're in is not like something that's rare, or like people will be like, well, I don't want to be a salesperson. Like, well, everybody is a salesperson. Like, Deanna, where's your favorite restaurant? In Cordelia.
Oh, the Slanted Tree.
Why should I go there?
Because they have amazing burgers.
Okay, see? So, like, that makes me want to take my husband there. I really want to go. They have amazing burgers. I'm going to crave it tonight. Thank you.
You should go there.
What?
You should go there.
Okay, see?
It's right across from Denny's.
See?
It's a brand new restaurant.
She's selling me on it right now. She's selling me on it.
He can have a beer.
Yeah, oh,
You can have a nice tea or a water.
Yes. She's selling me on it, okay? Selling. We sell stuff for other people all the time. All the time. I used to wear MAC before Mary Kay, okay? And I would wear a lip color, and then people would be like, what is that lip color? And I'd be like, oh, it's the pink berry raisin, and you have to go there because right now, when you buy this, you get the sample bag and blah, blah, blah. I would sell for other companies. I would buy a cute shirt, and somebody would say, where did you get that? And I would tell them where I got it, and I would say, go get it. Did that benefit me at all? Did it pay for my son's schooling? No. Did it pay for groceries? No. Did it provide extra choices for a family? No, but I still did it. So why is it that it's so hard to do it for ourselves? That is what you need to get to, because it's really not that hard because you do it for everybody else. You need to do it for yourself. Because if you don't, somebody else is going to. Your best friend's going to run into a Mary Kay consultant, and she's going to be awesome with this because she took her emotions out of it, and she realized what she's selling is amazing, and it has nothing to do with how she feels or she feels bad or whatever. So stop feeling bad about selling. It's not about the way you feel. It's about the way she feels. And once you genuinely get to that place, you all, I leave my facials selling a ton of product, but what my biggest concern is that she is 100% satisfied with the way that her skin feels that day. I could care less what I sell, but you know what happens when I focus on that is that I sell more than I ever expect to when I'm not even thinking about the sale. So I know that's kind of contradicting because I'm like, let's sell, but don't think about it too much. I want you to think about how she feels. I want you to ask her questions to make her feel beautiful and to really get to know her skin. I'm going to tell you some of those questions in a little bit here, but it's about how she feels. It really is. Selling is feeling. Like, why do you go buy, okay, Rachel, what's something expensive you've bought to treat yourself? You bought a car. How did you feel that day? Scared? But then after you got it, were you excited to like drive it?
Yeah.
Did you want to show it off a little bit?
I mean, kinda, I guess. I don't know. I felt kind of humbled because I mean, once you like purchase something like over so much money, then it's all for you, you know?
Yeah.
You don't buy a big fancy mansion. Well, you do it for your family, but you don't do it so that to your coworkers. You can just be like, I'm doing better than you.
Yeah. So you felt humbled.
Yeah.
Okay, but you still felt good. You felt accomplished, right? Has anybody ever bought like a Michael Kors purse?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I get
You bought mine.
I get buyer's remorse for like 3 minutes, and then I get over it when I walk out of Nordstrom's because I'm excited. But I'm excited. I'm super excited to go home, and I feel good. I feel good about it, and I'm gonna buy stuff like that no matter what. Like, so I might as well have these women buy things like from me like that. Okay, so it's about how she feels. And then if it doesn't go to you, she will go somewhere else. I had a client today tell me that it was not a client. It was our team member who used to be in our unit, Karina. She just signed up. I posted her picture a couple days ago. She used to be on our team, and she said, you know, I started to go to Sephora, and I realized I'm spending like way too much money here. That's why I need to sign back up with Mary Kay again so I can get a discount. But anyways, it just made me realize that if they don't go to you, they're gonna go somewhere else. I was at Macy's in San Francisco this week, and you guys, that makeup area is packed. And I can tell you one thing, there's like 50 stands there, or whatever they're called, and I'm sure that people, like, you know, Amber, if you didn't know what you wanted and you just walked up to one, they're not gonna be like, okay, what did you want? They're going to let you try it before you buy it, right? And they're going to pamper you and really get to you. They want to get to how you feel, right? Okay, so if she doesn't go to you, she's going to go to somewhere else. And then one thing, too, I've seen a couple times is like, you're so just like we are so not confident in selling that she's almost like weird about buying from you. So if you're not confident in selling, she's not going to be confident in buying from you. When my clients spend $400, $600, you guys, I've had like $800 single facials with people before. And if I'm weird about it, like, are you sure you want this much product? Do you think she's gonna hand me over her credit card? Like, no, she's gonna be like, you're awkward, and I'm gonna just spend like $40. You know what I mean? So be confident in what she's getting. And I can tell you right now, if you're not confident, just be confident in our products, okay? If you need to find confidence, maybe you're not confident in yourself, but you can be confident with what you're giving them. Like when you get that text message from that woman that feels amazing because she bought a cleanser from you and her acne is going away, that just be confident in that. Like if that helped her, then I can help other people. Sometimes you have to borrow confidence. You have to use confidence in our company or in what we stand for. Like Crystal talked about at that training. She's not confident in like being a big sales lady, but she talked about how she's confident in the Mary Kay Ash Foundation and how we are big on putting an end to domestic violence. And so that's where she gets her confidence from, in our company, and then people purchase product because, you know, she's confident. So you have to find your confidence, okay? Okay, so these are my 4. I'm going to go over a couple of my favorite tools with you that I use to sell. So we just talked a little bit about the psychology of selling. I'm going to tell you 4 of my personal favorite tools that give me a lot of sales. So the first thing... And when I talk about all this, I want you to know that preparation, success is sometimes in the preparation. And this can be like a non-people hours, it can be late at night, early in the morning. Success is in the preparation. So if you're going to your facials like a hot mess and like your stuff is everywhere, you need to organize, you need to prepare yourself. So before all else that I talk about, everything else that I talk about today, organize yourself, okay? I don't care what your office looks like. I could care less what your office looks like because mine is not beautiful, but I know that my starter kit is on point. If somebody today said, I have a facial, can you be here at 9 o'clock? I can be there. I'm ready to go, okay? Because sometimes that's what holds us back. If we're like, oh, well, my facial bag isn't ready and I'm not, you know, I don't have washcloths. So get those things ready before you even, yeah. Oh, well, we'll get you some. You have some in your bathroom.
No, I said yes, ma'am.
Oh, I thought you, oh, sorry. I thought you said I need to get some. I was like, oh, we can get you some of those. Okay, so one of my favorite things is marketing yourself. Get excited about this, you guys. If you've never marketed yourself, maybe even just like Google some stuff, like how to market myself, you know. This is an area that you can learn. It's not like you have to be a master at this, but here's a couple of ways to market yourself. Like at seminar, here's an idea. You know, if you hold a couple of skincare classes this week, they will have a photographer there that does professional headshots. You can get that done in Vacaville too. So if you're not going to seminar, it's okay, but like get a headshot done. That makes me feel professional. When I have a professional headshot done, edited, and it looks really good, and I can put that on my business card, I feel confident in my marketing. Kelsey had a super cute photo thing. Yeah. And you guys just like took those, but you edited them or something. They look flawless. Like really cute little photo session.
Just like an app she had.
Yeah.
She did.
And so they took like headshots of Kelsey holding like a Mary Kay bottle, and so she like marketed herself. On the front of my welcome packet, I got a photo like shoot done with me holding a starter kit. So those are just like cute ones that I've done in the past. I have a headshot. The headshot doesn't have to be expensive. You can just ask like a photographer friend, like, hey, can you come do my headshot? But have a headshot. How many realtors do you know that have their business card without a headshot on it? Nobody. Nobody. And we're in the beauty industry. So like if Anna is like, hey, I do color amazing, and then she hands me her business card and there's like no picture on it or anything, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But if she has her picture of her on it and she looks flawless, and I'm like, oh, like I want to see what you got, that's gonna market yourself. That's gonna make me feel like I gotta see what she's got, right? Okay. So marketing yourself, that's a headshot. Social networking. Okay, some of you guys, I'm going to be very honest with you because I love you with all of my heart. Some of you all need a Mary Kay Facebook page, okay? If you're not willing to make your personal Facebook page appropriate for like businessy stuff, then make a separate Facebook and just add your clients on that Facebook. So like if you look at my Facebook, for example, I know that I do this by example. Like I know that I do this correctly. I don't have pictures of like me smoking weed last weekend on my Facebook, okay? That's a little extreme. I also don't post like 20 pictures of my family, okay? But here's what I do post. I do post like special moments. So I post like taking Grayson to school this morning because I have choices because of my Mary Kay business, or I post a sale occasionally, or like a new product coming out. So if you scroll through my Facebook, if yours looks like a lot different than that, then make a Mary Kay Facebook page. Like, I know a couple consultants just have a separate one. Totally okay. Like, it's cool. Like, you can live your life. I'm not telling you to not. But like, if you have your 85-year-old clients looking at you like partying all weekend, it's just like it's just like a business thing. There's really nothing else I can say besides it's business ethics. Like, you just have to kind of mainstream it. But I will tell you that my Mary Kay Facebook page, or my Facebook page, is like an advertisement of my life. I do that. So I'm like, thank God for Mary Kay that we get to go fishing today, or whatever. Like, I use Mary Kay. It's kind of tied in. So I chose to make my personal and business together. But if you're not doing that, and you're posting, like, you're sharing 18 videos a day, and you're, you know, tagging people to play Candy Crush, get a personal one. Like, get a total personal one, and then have your business one separate, okay? Because what I want, like, when I post something, I want my clients to be, like, excited about it. Like, not, oh my God, she's posting another Mary Kay thing with 1 like on it. You know what I mean? So social networking is huge. You can get creative with this, though. Like, Instagram is awesome. You posted your video, beautiful, perfect. Like, I would totally do that over and over again. Twitter, I don't know how to tweet, but you can tweet. Snapchat. So get kind of savvy with it. I do Instagram and Facebook. Those are my buddies. So social networking. If you're not good at social networking, you can choose to be. You can like make a new one and then play with it for a little bit and then do another one. But I will tell you, it's kind of fun to have like your pretty picture and then like a businessy page, right? Because like when you see a national sales director's Facebook page, she's posting like a little bit of businessy stuff with personal, but mostly kind of tied into her Mary Kay life, okay? That's just what I've seen, and I see successful people on Mary Kay all the time with, you know, with Facebook, and I like seeing what they post, okay? The other thing is like a car sticker. This is a great way to market yourself. You don't have to necessarily put one with like your full name and address and everything. You can just put like the cute little white ones on your car, like the Mary Kay one. Your pin, you're wearing a pin, you know, you have your pin on. Wear something Mary Kay. Like, I wear this when I'm putting stuff out or I'm doing a little bit of work. I like wearing my beauty coat. Like, it's comfortable to me, and it gives like people that little bit of a touch, like, oh, she's with Mary Kay, or you know, your Mary Kay name badge, things like that. And then branding yourself. This is my other favorite thing that I suggest doing to sell the most, is branding yourself and really figuring out, what am I good at when it comes to Mary Kay? How do I want to brand myself? Maybe it's with color, maybe it's with skincare, maybe it's with parties, maybe it's with one-on-one facials, but find out your strong point and then brand yourself and know that that's what you're good at and go do it. Because like, if Amber knows she's really great at one-on-one facials, then that's what you should focus on for a while until you're like, okay, I want to do more people. So branding yourself and figuring out, what am I good at, and then kind of rocking that area out. So like, if Anna came into Mary Kay and was like, well, I really like color, and I'm like, but you have to sell skincare, she's gonna be like, I don't want to. She knows what she's good at, and so she's gonna rock that out, right? So kind of figuring out what that is for you. The next thing I love, of course, is Mary Kay tools. Our tools that Mary Kay gives us. Our website. If you don't have a website, get your website activated. Lookbooks. And then I have tickets tonight, remember? So here's a quick little test for you. Who in here, in your purse, not in your Mary Kay bag, in your purse, like pick up your purse, who has a lookbook? Ooh, good job. Just one. Whoever has one on them. Good.
I have it on my phone.
That's the new one, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Good. There's more opportunities to win.
What about on the phone?
Was that in your purse or your Mary Kay bag?
Well, they're both kind of my purse.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't leave the house unless I have both with me.
Okay. So, there's more, don't worry. So, carrying a lookbook around with you, because some people will be like, well, you know, what is that? So, yes, the app works great too. So if you have the app on your phone, it's a good one. You can do that as well. So Mary Kay Tools, the website. Now we have the new customer app, so play around on that. What?
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Have you played with it?
It's $4.99 a month. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Is it like?
I have not played around with it yet. I did get it right away though, because we got it kind of ahead of time. Okay. What?
So how do you put your inventory in? like one by one?
Yeah, you have to do it all first because they don't have a way of what you. Well, they might. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to sync it. I remember when they taught us about it.
Scan like the old barcodes.
I know, but I think there might be a way of they can see what you've ordered and do it that way. But I think you might have to do it all one by one just to start with.
Okay.
So keep track of your inventory, everything. But use those tools, you guys. Mary Kay doesn't just like make them for fun. They really are helpful. And then the last thing that I feel like is one of my favorite tips and tools that is so like not used in Mary Kay enough is videos. And yeah, you might have that story in your head, like I look really awkward on a video, like to myself. But I will tell you that my clients really appreciate it. And so like even on the last day of the year when we were doing a big sale, I sent out a quick little video link of my sale and I explained it to them and I said, I hope you're doing well and here's how it works and these are my 4 favorite products right now. So using video to kind of communicate with your clients. You could even send one a month to all of your clients. Like, this is my product of the month. You know, these are selling tips that we just don't use enough. So, you know, getting the perfecting concealer and then doing a video and showing your clients how to use it. You will sell a ton of concealers by doing that. So why do we not do that? We need to do that more. Even using like, let's say my mom uses, oh, I can't tell you guys something, never mind. Okay, so let's say my mom starts using something that's coming your way. You'll find out about it soon. And it works awesome. And I have a before and after picture. I'm going to take a video of my mom with her and be like, tell me what you like about it. And I'm going to send that to my clients or email it out or whatever. So that's lightly used in Mary Kay. I feel like that's a huge market we could tap into, right? So even if you're not like a YouTube star or anything like that, because some of us are not, we've decided that like a couple weeks ago when we talked about color. We're working on our color, but you can master one thing. You can put one new lip color on and be like, you guys, this is my favorite lip color. This week when you order $40, you get it for half off. Like you can do little specials like that. Get creative. So videos are my favorite way to promote my business and sell. Okay. So now we're going to dive into, and as we go through this, I want to recognize that you're going to get tickets if you have these certain things. So, okay, here's one. This is just to break things up a little bit. If you have a customer's name, like a client that buys product from you, not a booking, so not like booking a fishbowl, in your last 5 text messages in your phone, raise your hand.
Wait, 5?
Whoa.
I've been doing text booking today, so this isn't,
You guys are good.
And the best part is that when you go drop off the product to your client and she's not there, her husband goes, oh, thank God you're here.
Oh,
I was out.
he was yelling at me on the phone last night, if that counts.
And it was actually for her husband, not for her.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, so it was kind of funny.
That's cute. Okay, so last 5 texts. Okay, good job. All right, so that's just for fun. How to boost your sales. Okay, so here is where we're going to get into the grit. Okay, so number 1, when it comes to boosting your sales, is you must become a master at suggesting. Selling is suggesting. If you really think about it, like, how would anybody ever know what to buy from you if you never suggest it? Even when you try something on somebody, you are suggesting that they purchase it, right? So you must become a master at suggesting. If I say, so like for right now, we don't have to write it down, but if I say, I have dry skin, I have oily skin, I have short eyelashes, I have long eyelashes, I hate when my mascara clumps, I have saggy under eyes, I have wrinkles, I have little lips, I have whatever, do you know what to suggest for all those things?
The queen bag.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, let me help you. And it really become like, and that's where like Leah used to, I know it sounds dorky, but like Leah used to tell me, take a lookbook and study it. Make flashcards. Have your husband quiz you. You know, on the back of, does anybody have a profile card right here real quick? Yeah. When you open up the first page, super tricky. I know Mary Kay is very complicated. They say that when someone clicks like, or checks like, I have oily skin, like right here, like if it says I have oily skin, when they open this, it right here tells you what to suggest to them. So when you open it up, it says like, suggest to her the acne solution or whatever. So it tells you what to suggest, okay? So that's a little cheat sheet to kind of strengthen those skills. But really just like, it should be like, in the beginning of the facial, when your client's initially telling you like, hey, my skin just hasn't felt like healthy lately, you know, I need a good foundation, blah, 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 I'm darker now, and you should be thinking of like, whoa, I know what I'm showing her, right? So kind of like getting your gadgets ready, because she's kind of telling you what she needs, okay? Sometimes, I brought this fun little illustration. This is what we decided to do instead. Like if you were like Anna when you first started your business, like me, not the other Anna, because Anna is like rocking it. I would go like this. When people would tell me what they wanted, I was just like pretending like I was like this. Like I would just ignore them. They would be like, I have wrinkles and blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, oh. And at the end of the facial, they would buy like a satin lips. And I'm like, how do those tie in together, okay? So when in the beginning of the facial, you guys, when you ask them questions, that's your money maker. Seriously. So when I tell them in the beginning of the facial, when I'm like, what would you like to work on today, Anna? Like, I want to be able to leave you with some good stuff. Like, I want you to feel awesome about your skin. So what would you like to work on when it comes with your, comes to your skin? She's gonna tell me. She's going to say, oh, summer has been like sucking the moisture out of my skin, or my lips have been really dry, or, I feel like my eyeshadow sucks lately. Those are your ticket. Those are your magic ticket. And if you're just so stuck on like, well, we don't do primer today, I'm not showing her that, you are losing money. So you can do that if you want, but like if someone's desperately telling me like my eyes are not the way I like them to be, I'm going to demo the eye cream to her, and I'm going to talk about it a couple times throughout the facial because she just told me what she needs. So you have to watch. Those are like blinding flash of the obvious, like, I want that, And that question is actually, I consider it to be one of my strongest selling questions, because I ask her, what would you like to work on today? Or what would you like to learn? Some people like their skin, so they don't need to like work on it, but you can, if they don't answer that and they're like, I don't know, then say, what would you like to learn today? Like, is there anything that you ever, you wanted to learn more about your skin? Because that is what I'm gonna focus on. So it's like I take a mental note in the beginning of the facial, and throughout the facial, I'm gonna mention that like 2 times, 3 times. And I'm almost like, if I was at a party, I'm gonna even like do this. So she tells me she has dry skin or dry lips or whatever. So we get to satin lips, and I like kind of whisper to her, remember you said you have dry lips, this is gonna help a ton with that. And I look her in the eye and I tap her on the shoulder. Because then when we get to the close, she's gonna be like, yeah, I wanted that satin lips we talked about. Because we already have like that thing going, okay? So asking that question, honestly, and it's a good icebreaker too. Because you know how you feel kind of weird in the beginning, you're like, what do we talk about? I don't know what to say to her. Ask her that, because she's gonna spill to you. And sometimes you're like, whoa, like you need the queen bag, yeah. And you can tell her that at the end, but really getting to know what she needs, yeah.
So with being master at suggesting, would that also be a good way of when like you get your clients who reorder with you and they're just getting the same exact thing? Like go, oh, well, how would you like to try like the foundation primer? Or am I jumping ahead?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's upselling.
Okay.
So suggesting is just talking about it
More
to them.
in the skincare
Upselling is like, so the difference between that would be like, okay, so Deanna tells me she needs a new eye cream, and I'm like, Deanna, this eye cream is actually one of my best sellers. So here, why don't you go ahead and give us a try? A lot of people love it, so tell me what you think. That is suggesting.
Okay.
Like, I'm just like, here. I'm not like, do you want to buy it right now? Like that.
Okay.
So upselling is like they buy a mascara and you're like, oh my gosh, Amanda, right now when you buy an eye makeup remover with your mascara, you also get, a free little travel eye makeup remover as well. Did you
Okay.
want to add an eye makeup remover to your order?
Okay.
That is upselling.
Okay.
Did you want to? Not like, are you gonna buy? Like, we don't use that word. So did you want to? A little like more gentle, but upselling. Yeah.
So would suggesting be when they buy like an eye cream or a foundation, giving them the primer as a free sample, the samples with their purchase? Because my clients, I always give them free samples to try to get them onto something
Yeah.
else.
That's upselling.
Okay.
Suggesting is when you're I would say suggesting is more so, unless a client is like, hey, I need to call you and talk to you about my skin, then I'm going to suggest stuff. You're talking more about upselling, and we'll go over that. Upselling is huge, absolutely. But one thing I will tell you, everybody, about samples, you can hand out samples until you're absolutely blue in the face, but if you never follow up to see how they liked it, you basically just handed away free money. Because if I like give you the whole repair line like sample, which is $2, which is an amazing sample, I do those all the time. The number one thing, you have to set a reminder on your phone to text her the next day and say, hey Amber, how did you like the repair line? And then she might not have tried it yet, but now she knows you're on to her. You're like, hey. And so when you do that, or if I dropped it off, so if I dropped off that eye cream to you with the eye primer, I'm gonna say, Deanna, we have this awesome eye primer, and I give you a sample of it, so try it out, let me know what you think of it. That is like suggesting. That is suggesting, yeah. So that's not like, hey, do you want to buy it right now? But let me know what you think of it is, yeah, that's suggesting.
Okay.
Yeah, so just be conscious of that, because I see sometimes people like buy all these samples, they pass them out, and they just give them away. You really kind of got to be on top of your samples, because I've given away samples a ton, and it's like, I don't know if they throw it away or they never look at it, or they're like, oh, that's cute, and it sticks in the bottom of the bag and you put it in the garbage. Like, you kind of have to say, like, let them know it's in there. And it's almost like you're selling it because you're telling her to be excited about it. That would be like if you're like, Anna, there's a new burrito place down there and they have the most amazing salsa. You should go try it and let me know what you think. I'm gonna like be thinking about it. Like, I gotta go down there, you know? So that's, you gotta like tell them, okay? So samples, yeah, that's good. Good question for sure. So so suggesting and selling. When you know what she needs, you always have a sale. Sometimes we talk so much and so fast, and we don't let her answer the questions all the way or tell us how she's feeling. We don't ask any questions to her. If you're finding yourself just talking throughout the whole facial or throughout the whole color appointment, you're losing money. You really are. And so like, I was just kind of watching at those makeup counters this weekend. They're asking questions like nuts, like crazy. I had Grayson in the stroller, and of course they try to like pounce on you, and I'm like, I use Mary Kay, get away. But I was listening to like a lady up in the little chair, you know, how he was working with her, and he was just like, so what do you normally use? Or what colors do you normally like? What consistency do you use? So if you're ever at the mall, just go listen, because obviously they sell a lot of products, so listen to what questions they're asking. Those are things that I do all the time. I want to see what they do, because I want to do that, because that's what people like, right? So asking a lot of questions. When you know what she needs, you will always have a sale. Always, always, always. And then, you know, at the end of the facial, even if the money is an object for her, you can work it out with her. You can say like, do half today and then the other half when you get your paycheck or whatever. I do that for my clients because I want them to be able to take everything home with them. And I only do that for over $100. So not for like 20. That is like not, we don't do that. But if she's like, oh, I want all this, I'm like, okay, girl, take it. And we'll do $50 today on your card, and then the other half, I'll write down your card info and I'll charge it on your payday. Totally cool with that, because I want to move my inventory. I want to get it out of my shelf and moving it so that way I can refresh it and I have a new person on 3 eyeshadows or whatever, or you know, new product. Okay, so you want to start working on what to pair with each product. Even if you don't know, but you can kind of put it together, like eye primer, eyeshadow, eye cream, eye, like the kind of eye makeup remover. Those are pairs, like you can put pairs together. Or things that complement each other, like, I know that the maple lipstick looks good with bright colored eyeshadows, okay? So things like that, just kind of working with what looks good together. Let her say, and then I always say too, like, okay, so at the end of the facial, when we're in the close and she's like, I love this, I love that, and I'm like, yeah, so, and remember that eye cream we were talking about? We have an awesome guarantee in Mary Kay. It's 100% guarantee, so you're not like stuck with it or anything. Would you be willing to give it a try? Because I need 10 women to try it this month to see how it helps their, the skin under their eyes. And so far I've had really good results. So would you be willing to give it a shot? She'll say yes. Like, just ask questions like those. Do I really have 10 people try it? No, but like it just flows, okay? And I do know, but I'm confident in it. It's not like I'm giving her like some weird like organic spray that I created this morning. Like, I know that it works because my whole family uses it. My mom's skin looks great. Like, I'm confident that it will help her and she'll appreciate it later. She just doesn't know that yet. Okay. Number 2 is to upsell. Yes, upsell. So have you guys ever been to, I love using restaurants right now because it's really my favorite place to hang out currently. Have you ever been to a restaurant? I know you have all, but have you been there and you've known, I used to be a waitress, so I clearly know what they're doing. They're trying to upsell you. You know that they get more of a tip because your bill is higher when they upsell you. So just know that when you're at a restaurant. They love when you each order a soda or a beer because automatically the bill's at $10 or $12. And then they say, oh, okay, and can I get you started with the appetizer? But do they just say, like, can I get you started with an appetizer? No. What do?
They suggest the quesadillas.
They suggest 4. The 4. You're supposed to suggest 4. So, like, when I worked at Pietro's, you're supposed to say, okay, can I get you guys started off with some calamari, mozzarella breadsticks? What was the other one I always used to say?
Probably hot wings.
It's been a while. Yeah, the hot, spicy hot wings or whatever. And then I would be like, oh, and the calamari is my favorite, just so you guys, you have to try it someday, even if you don't today. Like, I would say something like that. Suggesting. Okay, so suggesting and upselling go together and they flow really well when you do it together. So if you're not upselling right now, like you're losing out on a ton of money. It's sometimes even like for me, I would assume like, oh, she just spent $237. She doesn't want anything else, right? We say that in our mind, but that's not true always. That's really not true because she already, and the other way you could think of it is she purchased $237. What is another $20 to her? Nothing. So, but it is to me. $10 is like a manicure or something, you know. So, I shouldn't be spending my money on all those things, but you know, it's like half of a pair of shoes. But with the upselling, really be conscious of this. So, like, yeah, with the sample, I was going to suggest that. So if you're passing out samples, be on top of your samples. Like, don't just give them away. Ask them how they liked that color card that you put in their bag with their products. You know, because the color card is really pretty. 3 eyeshadows, a blush, and a lip color. That's a pretty look, and they go to work and their cheeks are popping out a little bit and their lips look good. I'm sure she felt good that day, and you could get her that look if you really stayed on top of it. So upselling also is just as simple as at your facials. Okay, and did you want to add oil-free eye makeup remover to that as well? It's one of our best sellers, and you could have it like right next to you. That's probably the #1 thing I upsell is oil-free eye makeup removers. Like crazy, because once people are hooked on those suckers, they're hooked on them. They're gonna like they fiend when or what is that called? Like they need it when they run out. Like I will have ladies chase me down at the store. Like, do you have an eye makeup remover?
Mine's been CC cream lately.
CC cream, yeah, and that's for people you started on it. You know, you introduced it to them, or they have been introduced to it.
They were getting the skincare line, and they're like, oh, but I really want that. So I usually would like do an add-on for like half off or something.
That's a good idea.
Because they're like, I really want that.
Yeah.
They're like, but I just spent all of this. So I like make up something in my head to get them on it.
Yep.
Because I love it. Yeah. Because these are the people who are like, I don't do anything. I really need to like increase the way everything, and they end up wanting it, and I just make up with it.
Yeah. So you can make up like a little sale with it. You can say like, oh, okay, so you got the Miracle Set today. You also get the foundation for $10 if you add it on top of your Miracle Set, and you only get that when you buy the Miracle Set, something like that. And it's not like me making it up. It's like they feel like it's like Mary Kay, you know. So they're like, oh yeah, I'll do that, you know. So a lot of times you can do little things like that. And once they're hooked on the mascara, you just got them on another product. It's almost like you want to look at your client base and see how many products they're on. You want to have your clients on at least like 10 to 12 products. So that's like a lip gloss, mascara, eye makeup remover, skincare set, you know. And when they do, that is like all year long. That's like a huge money maker because they're going to be running out of each product constantly. Okay, so upselling. Yeah, would you like to add a lip color, a summer lip color to that? You know, that's a good line. Would you like to add a summer lip color to your order as well? You know, yeah, the eye makeup remover, mascaras, you guys, so easy to update. And tell them, you know, you want to update your mascara about every 3 to 4 months because bacteria lives inside of the tube. So you do want to freshen it at least 3 times a year. So did you want me to add a mascara to your order today for only $12 or something? You could give $3 off or something. Say only. I didn't say for like, oh, I know it's expensive, it's $15, but you know, I was like, no, it's only $15. Because at Lancome, mascaras are like $35. So you do the math on that. Sample, if you have like these I carry around, where are they? So these are so like when I go on the airplane or I travel, I carry these around with me. I just put like my business card on it. So like let's say I'm at the bank and you're super cute and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need a facial her. I'm like, hey, you know, I know this is super random, but this week I'm doing a couple of makeovers and I'd love to borrow your face. Do you have a time this week that we could get together for like 30 minutes and do a fun before and after picture? She'll say yes or no or whatever, and then after I like give her this and say like, thank you so much. So that way she kind of has my information, so I look legit. It's not like I'm like some random lady at the bank. Yeah. So if you have anything like that in your purse right now, give it to me. Oh, look at you guys. What is so a goodie bag? Do you carry those with you?
I have like 2.
That's cute. Okay, cool.
I don't know where we're
I like finding out what's in your purses. Okay. So
Don't think too far. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, it's just a color. It's an old one, but I package up like old stuff, or the colors on there are still
thicker.
in,
That's
so
why.
that's good. Yeah, so
Things like a duffel bag.
that is something you can do. So maybe package up a couple of cute samples, things like that. Okay.
in Dallas.
Number 3 is body language. We only have one more point after this. So number 3 is body language. This is something that is incredibly crucial to the success of your sales. Okay? So a couple of tips I'm going to give you tonight. They're really like being honest, seriously, so please take them with love. But I know they sound funny, but these are like all books that I've read, coaching that I've gone through. These are things they tell you, and I know it sounds super weird, but it works, so you do it. Okay, first of all, number 1 rule is you never, unless she's like the nicest person on the universe, do not hug your clients when they first walk in, ever. Okay? I know you might be a hugger, but you're gonna kind of freak her out if you do that, okay? I know, like, it's just one of those things I have to tell people sometimes, but don't be too, because sometimes when we get nervous, we're like so over, like, I want to be your friend, that she's like, you're too much, okay? So don't, just kind of refrain from touching her for like the first part of the facial. At the end, I do hug my clients sometimes, totally. They'll hug me, so like they kind of like, thank you so much. That's when you, of course, do it back. Because sometimes you really made their day. Like their skin looks awesome, they're going on a date, and they're like, this, I feel good. Then they're like loving on you, okay? The next thing is to read her. Read her. You have to be a chameleon if you want to be successful in your sales. So, for example, if I am going to hold a facial and I'm going to go to her house and I get in there and like she answers the door and she's like, hi, Anna. I'm not going to be like, hi, how are you? Like, how's it going? I'm going to tone it down a little bit. I'm going to be like, hi, how's it going? Where can we set up today? I'm going to be a little bit more gentle, okay? So kind of know when to be gentle and when to be outgoing, okay? Does that make sense? Like chameleon. Chameleons blend in wherever they're at, if you don't know what a chameleon does. Okay. Talk quieter, talk louder. Be gentle with your voice. Those are important things in your classes. One thing that was the hardest thing I ever had to do, because I don't, constructive criticism can like get me sometimes, but Leah had taught me that coaching is necessary in order to get to where you want to be. So you have to, when your coach tells you something, your Mary Kay coach, she's not just like saying it to say it, she's saying it because she wants to see you go further and stretch yourself. So I've learned to take it, obviously. But one thing that Leah had suggested that I do in the beginning of my business was to have like my mom or somebody I love come with me to a skincare class and kind of listen to the way I talk, and or listen to me make booking calls or whatever. And I was talking incredibly fast, so fast, because what happens is when we get nervous, we like speed everything up and we talk too fast, and then they're receiving like none of the information. I would rather you say half of the amount of words that you normally say and talk a little slower and more like confidently than speed everything up and get through it as fast as you can, and like they have no idea what you're saying, okay? So my mom did go, you know, she's like, Hannah, you talk really fast, you need to slow it down a little bit. And then I was more conscious of that, so I just like started talking slower. If you notice, this is how I talk in my skincare classes, because I'm teaching and I want you to retain the information, okay? Open your hands like this when you're talking, like Crystal talked about if you were there. Kind of like moving back and forth, like one of these deals, like open, you're not like Okay, so we're gonna do your skincare like that. That looks not confident. So if you know, at first it might be awkward for you, but like when you talk, do this. Like open your hands, okay? And then you'll get better and better at it. Like, you know, and nod your head yes. Throughout the whole facial, nod your head yes.
Today. I did that today at my Sharon at work.
Yeah.
Because I was nodding my head and she was like, yeah.
Yeah.
It actually worked.
It
at my
works.
Sharon today.
Yeah. So nod, like work, it's kind of like, it's like a little dance, but it's normal. It's body language, okay? Your attire. Okay, we've talked about attire plenty of times. All of you guys look great in the room tonight, so it's not like that's a big issue for us. But Mary Kay attire is important. When you hold a lot of appointments, the beauty coat it's a beautiful thing. It really is, because when I go to my appointments, I know what I'm gonna wear. Obviously, it's getting a little snug, but shoes, I wear flats now. When I first started Mary Kay, I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear heels. I'm gonna look so cute, and it was not comfortable. I didn't look relatable. Women were like, that's just how women are. They're gonna be like intimidated by you if they're like, oh, and then if she's thinking about doing Mary Kay or becoming like one of your team members, they're thinking like, I could never wear heels and do what she just did. So then they're already like, I can't do that. So I bought like these Michael Kors flats. You can buy them at Payless. I don't care where you buy them. Walmart has them. I bought a good pair because I wear these honestly probably like 6 days a week. So I wanted to buy a pair, like see how they have like that on the bottom, because I'm on my feet a lot, and you have to be comfortable in your skincare class. So sometimes it pays to be comfortable. I would rather have one good pair of shoes than like 20 crappy pair that hurt my feet, right? So body language. Leah taught me that, by the way, just so you know. She bought me my first pair of Michael Kors shoes, and I was like, oh my God, I would never buy these. And like, they're the heels that I can run in, like in the airport. They're so comfortable. And I was like, oh, that does make sense. I see that. Okay, I know this sounds super dorky, but the way you smell has a huge part of sales. Have you guys ever gone in to buy like a cell phone and the guy has like the most amazing cologne on in your whole life? And you're just like walk in and you're like, oh yes, just keep talking, I want to stay next to you. That is a sense you must hit. Wear perfume. Wear it. Is anybody allergic to perfume in here? Oh, okay. Okay. If you are, then you can wear like lavender or something, but perfume is huge. Smelling good is huge in sales. It really is, you guys. My brother, he's like the highest salesman in his whole corporation. He lives on 90 acres in a multi-million-dollar house. He knows what he's doing when it comes to sales. He told me this. He was like, I have sold more when I wear cologne, Mary Kay cologne. I know, I got it hooked on all of them. I was like, you need all 6 of them, just get them all. Than when I don't. It's something weird. I don't know why. It like just hooks into your senses. You feel good, smell good, so wear perfume. Because I'm guilty of it. Sometimes I forget, and I'm like, oh, I forgot perfume today. So maybe keep a little sampler one in your purse. We have like those little ones. Spray it on right before you go into your appointment, so you just smell fresh. The other thing, I know sounds super weird. This was in a book I was reading recently, but it's good breath. I know it's super awkward to talk about this because I'm not a dentist. But if you're finding like you drank Starbucks before, like carry some mints on you. Like seriously, if your breath stinks, it's super awkward, but she's gonna refrain from you a little bit. I know I'm a big smeller, so when someone's breath stinks, I'm like, ooh, like I don't want to be next to you. And I know that's just what my body is telling me, right? Does anybody know what I'm saying? Have you ever hugged somebody that has bad breath? Okay. Do you want to like hug them again or get closer to them? You're like, I'm gonna go over there. Okay, so good breath. So Altoids are great. You know, just keep them in your purse. We got that. Okay. And then be ready to serve her. It's almost like when I put this beauty coat on, I'm in the mood. That's why I wore it tonight, of course. But like, I am ready to service people. Like, I am ready to pamper them and make them feel amazing. It's not about the outfit I'm wearing. I like to wear really cute earrings or a nice pretty bracelet. I don't like to feel like a Christmas tree, so you will never see me like some Mary Kay ladies are like bangled out and like that. I feel like a Christmas tree, and I don't like the way I feel when I do that. So, you know, I've learned like you can get a really classy pair of earrings and look just as cute with that versus like 25 bracelets on. So do your thing. If you love blinging yourself out, do it, but make sure it kind of goes together and it looks nice. And one thing like one of my business coaches taught me is just to have one awesome outfit you wear to every appointment. Because you're not going to like constantly be seeing the same people. Or maybe two if you're holding color appointments. You know, you don't want them to see you like the next day in the same thing. But the beauty coat helps with that too because it just covers up your things. So I have a way you can earn your beauty coat for free. I'll buy it for you if you're ready to work. So if you want to earn your beauty coat for free or another one, so you have two, let me know and I will help you earn it for free so you don't have to buy it. Okay? Nails, manicured, make them look pretty. Hair, do your thing with your hair. I mean, you guys all have great hair, so you have great hair tonight for sure. I love your hair. But other thing too is just like be natural. That's another thing Crystal taught us at the thing is just to be yourself. But always wear color. Like have a color pop on yourself. Make sure your booty's not hanging out or these people up here. Yeah, okay. When suggesting, rub her shoulder. So I already talked about that. So if I'm suggesting something, be like, remember that, you know, and look her in the eyes. If you have a hard time looking people in the eyes, start practicing at the grocery store. Sometimes people have a hard time looking people in the eyes, and I truly believe it has something to do with like our cell phones these days. It's hard for us to like engage. So Mary Kay always said to look people in the right eye. So when I look in, I'm not looking in your left eye at all right now. When you look into somebody's right eye, it's directly connected to their heart, so they're automatically going to connect with you. Do it at the grocery store. I'm looking in your right eye, not your left eye. Right eye, right eye. See? If you look at their right eye, you connect with them. It's really interesting. Yeah, your right's over here.
Oh.
You're like my sister. My sister does not know her left and right, and it's like, how do you still not know that? It drives me. She's like, this way or that way? I'm like, left. Like, not this way or that way. It's left. So look into their eyes, and don't be chewing gum, that's easy. And then use things like we. I use we a lot. So, for instance, if I'm making a call or I'm booking somebody, I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't do 5 o'clock because I don't get off work until 5:15. Like that just made it all about you. So, another way to put that would be like, oh, okay, well, we have a 6 o'clock appointment or a 7 o'clock appointment. Which one is best for you? That is all about her. I did not tell her that I have a job. I did not tell her that I work. I did not tell her that my kid throws up at 3 o'clock. Like, I didn't tell her any of that. I just told her we have and you, we and you, okay? So learn how to talk with we and you. I know that it sounds weird because it's really I, but it's not. It's about, like, we as in Mary Kay, okay? Have someone listen to you. And never be afraid to be coached. So when I did that with Leah, I had her listen to a couple of my skincare classes. After she listened to them and gave me some advice and some coaching, my sales quadrupled. So if you haven't done that yet, that might be a great opportunity for you. Even if it's like practicing on your mom, like, hey mom, I need to record a skincare class and send it to my director. I don't even have anybody on my date book for the next 10 years right now, but I need to practice because I'm going to. Then record it and send it to me, and let's see how you're sounding. Let's see what we can sharpen, because that sometimes just that one little thing that you can just tweak a little bit and it's ready to go. Okay, and then crowd control. So who's ever had a skincare class and like people are just crazy there and you're like, these people are nuts. I just want to get out of here. Yeah. Okay, so let's say Amanda's like drunk and she's being really obnoxious. First of all, you never let them drink before you do the skincare class. You say, okay, you guys can grab your drinks after. If they want a glass of wine, that's fine. I'm not going to tell them when to drink wine. But like with food and stuff, I say, okay, let's get through the skincare class and then you guys can go mingle while I close you out. So if Amanda's being crazy when talking, I'm just going to come up behind her and just hold her back like this. And something about it, she just like shuts up immediately. It works every time. I dare you to try it. Because she's like, why is she touching me? And I want her to feel awkward because she's driving me crazy. So like, shh. That's what I'm doing basically, but I'm going like this. But not like that. That's suggesting. This is selling. Or this is shutting people up. Right on the back. Right on the spine. Just and keep talking. And she feels like it's like your third grade teacher like came up behind you and you're like, what?
You definitely have
Huh?
I think some of my teachers, I've seen them do that.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Yeah. It's like that little kid in the corner, the teacher would go like,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's a good thing to do. And then also, if you have the opportunity, like if I were here today, like at the studio checking somebody out, I would have her sit above me and I would sit on one of the lower chairs. There's a psychology there. Leah's taught us that plenty of times, that when you're lower than her, she has authority and she feels like she's right and she's important. So you kind of want that. You want that if you can. If I'm at someone's house, I'll like sit on the floor and they sit on the couch, like that kind of thing. If you sit on the floor, be careful of your skirt. Sometimes that looks a little too much, so I'll just sit like with my legs crossed, like facing her. Not like this way. I want to be like, we're going to be like this together, kind of like sitting like that. Does that make sense? Okay. So body language is huge. And always let her be right, okay? As women, we love to be right.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Do you have a boyfriend? Anybody? Husband? Okay. When I'm right, I'm like, yeah, I'm right. And nobody ever cares anymore. And when you're married, it kind of like dwindles because it's like, I'll just be like, you're right. Just because I don't want to, deal with it anymore. But we like to be right. But here's the one time in your whole life where she's right. She's always right. Even if she's like, oh, I used to use the Time Wise moisturizer and it had cleanser in it too. Like, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Okay, I'll look into that. She's right. Not like, oh no, we didn't. No. It's this and this. This is the only way it's been for 20 years. You're wrong. Like, what is that doing? You just lost your wholesale, so you might as well just see you later, right? Don't do that. Seriously, people, has anybody ever been in that situation?
Yeah.
Okay? She's like, oh, I swear I used to use the beige 707, and you're like, we never had beige 707 in your head. But you're like, oh, okay, well, I'll look into that, and I'll see if I can find that. For now, did you want to try what we have, like one of our newer formulas? Because we've come out with some new ones since then that are updated, and they have anti-aging in them, and they help a ton. Okay? I'm just kind of like meeting her halfway. Okay? I'm not like, no, we didn't have that. You are a liar. Okay. So we have that. And then last thing, we never have had an issue with this, but Leah talked to us this week about training on this for some reason, but just don't drink at your skincare classes. Alcohol, you don't drink alcohol at your skincare class, okay? You can drink like after, you can do whatever you want after, but it's kind of like a job, think of it like a job, which it is. You wouldn't like go to your workplace like drinking wine, because that would be weird. So do it after, if it's at your girlfriend's house, do it like after everything's checked out and you're good, if you're gonna hang out for a little bit or whatever, okay? So, yeah, our unit never has an issue with that, so I think we're good there. Number 4 is, last one, here, we're gonna breeze through this and then ask questions and we'll be good. Asking is key. So we've done all this, we've suggested, we've upsold, our body language is perfect. Now you have to ask her, what you wanted to ask her, because you did all that work. But what's funny is if you follow the first 3 steps that I told you tonight, you will never have to worry about like asking the perfect question, because she almost is going to just come tell you what she wants, because all night throughout the skincare class you've been suggesting and upselling her that she kind of knows what she wants. And that's a great place to be when you sit down in the clothes and she's like, I want the repair line that we talked about, That's easy. That makes her life so much easier versus like not paying attention to her through the skincare class, worrying about like your script, and then sitting down in the clothes and be like, okay, did you want to take anything home today? She doesn't have a lot of ideas in her brain. You didn't like give her suggestions to want. So you got to start suggesting, okay? And like I told you, selling Mary Kay is all about trying before you buy it. Always, all about it. And we offer an incredible service. So ask the questions. The questions would be the closing, really. It would be, what did you like today the most? What was your favorite products? And then what did you want to take home with you tonight? And smile when you say it. So that's body language. Smile. Sometimes, remember the RBH thing? Does everybody know what RBH is?
Yes.
Or is that the...
No.
No,
BF.
RBF. Does anybody have it? Resting B-word face.
Oh.
Sometimes you have it. Okay, so if you have RBF, then you got to be conscious of this, because sometimes if you go in, and it's not like you don't like them. It's not that, because I've had it before. It's just not like you're processing, right? I don't know. Is that your case? Kind of like when you think it maybe looks like you're mad? I don't know.
I'm in the military, so it doesn't go away.
They don't. Okay. And so that would be a thing that I would focus on if I were you. And walking in, it's like, okay, I'm in my Mary Kay world. I gotta smile. Even if it's like, yeah. So smiling, okay? I know sometimes it's hard for us to do that, but if you have like RBF the whole time, your sales are like, okay? Seriously. Not even making that up. Because, like, I've been in an appointment when I have, like, period cramps and my stomach hurts so bad that I'm, like, dying inside. And it's like I'm trying to fake it and I just know it's off. Like, I'm off, you know? So you really have to really, really do it. On the same hand there, don't be fake. Like, don't make this fake voice every time you talk to your clients. Like, be as genuine as possible, but be the happiest version of yourself, okay? So even if you have the worst day on the entire planet, your day is fabulous when they ask you. That's not being fake. That's just being professional. Like, yeah. I mean, I've even gone to my hairstylist once and, like, she just had a total venting session to me about how her boyfriend, and I was just like, that was not relaxing. Like, I did not just pay you $180 to sit there and listen to your life story. So don't be that person. You want to be the person that people feel energized when they leave you. They're, like, excited and they're happy. You can do that to somebody by just smiling with them. Some people don't know how to smile. You have to teach them. They have RBF all the time. So if somebody's like that in my skincare class, my number one goal is just to get her to smile. Like, if Anna just has RBF and I, like, see this the whole time, you don't. You do?
I do.
I don't think you do.
I think it's just the energy that I have right now, but, like, usually
If
I'm
you're
just
tired.
Like,
Oh, well, that is the RBF. That was the RBF. I'll be honest with you. That wasn't the eyebrow. I think it's in the eyebrows. Like, when people, yeah. But if you were in my skincare class right now, my goal the whole night would be just to make you smile.
Yeah.
Like, I would crack a joke with you. And honestly, once I just get you to smile a little bit, I'm like, okay, we're good. So it's like throughout the whole skincare class, you're like working on this. It's like, okay, you're smiling, you have RBF, you this, you that, you need eye cream, you need the queen bag, and then saying the right words to kind of like flow it together, okay? So body language, upselling, suggesting, that is my biggest piece of advice, always. And selling is all mental. I didn't even really say one time, like, you must say this or whatever. Selling has a lot more to do with the actual act of, like, here's your cleanser. Like, that is the easiest part, right? Like, when you actually fill out the receipt. Like, that I'll do all day long. But it's really all the stuff leading up to that that takes work and it takes practice. So if you're holding one skincare class a year or a month or whatever, it's gonna, like, you gotta get it to flow back again. And you know what that flow feels like if you've held a lot of skincare classes. You know what it's like. You walk in, you know what questions to ask, you're happy, you have activity. If you don't, like I said, start with one person this week. Just facial, one person. Okay? So here's what you're gonna do every day this week. Number one is you're gonna wear something new, Mary Kay. So if you are, whatever, I don't care how long you've been a Mary Kay, wear a new color this week to work. Rachel, your lip color is beautiful. If you wore that at the gym and asked me for a facial, I would be like, yes. Like, I totally would. So that kind of thing, wear something new. And this is not really about confidence, this is about you. Because I know that I have a quote in Mary Kay that you guys have heard, I'm sorry if I sound repetitive, that you're not selling if you're not sold. And it is so true. That's why Leah uses that quote very often, if you've ever heard her train. Because if you're not selling as much product as you like if you're not sold out on the products yourself. You cannot sell something that you're not sold on yourself, okay? That would be like me having a car seat in my car. I've told you this before. And I invent car seats for a living and I sell them, but I don't have that car seat in my car. When you get in my car, you're gonna be like, what the heck, Anna? I just bought these for all three of my kids and you use Britax, you use another brand. That's not safe. So when it comes to your products, it's like you gotta wear it and rock it so that people feel comfortable, like, oh, well, that looks beautiful on you. I want that too. I'm confident in what I sell because I use it all, head to toe. We have everything from your eyes to your thighs and your lips to your hips, so you can use it all. Now we really do have hip cream, so
That's true.
cellulite gel.
We need shampoo and conditioner.
We have it.
Sometimes it goes in and out.
Yeah.
Right? It goes like.
We used to. When my mom sold, they had like the most amazing one. I don't know why they stopped, but not anymore.
Suggestion.
Yes.
Coconut shampoo.
Number two is to watch. I want you to go on Google this week, and I want you to type in Mary Kay seminar speech. And every day this week, I want you to wake up in the morning. They're like 8 minutes long, and listen to a Mary Kay seminar speech. They are so freaking inspiring. It's crazy. When I listened to Gloria this morning, she changed my whole day. She totally did. I was not energized today. and I went and put out like, I think I'm at 16 right now. I have a couple more in my car. 16 fish bowls out in a matter of an hour and 28 minutes. Yes, my husband drove me, so that if you drive yourself, it takes you a little longer. I've done it both ways, but he drove me. I could pop out real quick. But that fires you up. So watch those. Get inspired. Like, watch people that are where you want to be in Mary Kay. Number 3, and also is just every day, write down a list of 3 people you're going to contact that day. I don't care if they say no. I don't care if they live in Alaska. You're just going to contact them. You're going to book them for a color facial over the phone. You're going to do something. Just contact 3 people a day, whoever they are. That only gives you 21 people to contact this week. And if you do that, you're going to get at least 10 bookings. 5 of those will hold for sure, maybe 7. And now you can start practicing what we talked about tonight. Okay?
Contact or book?
Contact. Write down 3 people that you're going to contact that day. And then do it. So don't just write it down, do it. Okay? So, that is all I have for you guys tonight. Does anybody have any questions? We can turn that off too.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Any questions?